Parachuting has been called the second greatest thrill on Earth. Some people say skiing is more exciting. So it's not surprising that parachuting as a sport is becoming more and more popular throughout the world. There are 6 parachuting clubs in Britain, and competition among members is intense for the honour of representing their country in the World Championships. The aircraft climbs to 6,500 feet over the target area. Each man jumps out facing the nose of the aircraft and immediately takes up a swallow position. For the next 30 seconds, he's in a state of free fall. During that time, before pulling his ripcord, he must perform various aerobatics. Then he pulls the ripcord and steers for a target on the ground. But parachuting can be an expensive hobby, so thousands of young men get their sport for free. They're members of the Parachute Brigade of the Territorial Army. All Army parachutists are trained by the Royal Air Force at Abingdon. Jack here is a part-time soldier. He doesn't exactly look like a red devil, does he? Doesn't he know they play harps up there? But a fortnight at Abingdon will soon sort him out, and he'll know for certain if he has what it takes. On their first parade, the men are divided into sections of about the same size and weight. Their instructor will be with them throughout the course. A parachute descent is in 3 parts: exit from the aircraft, flight, and landing. Here they learn flight control, how to avoid other parachutes in the air, how to get twists out of their rigging lines, how to steer. The shock of landing is taken up by going straight into a parachute roll the moment your feet touch the ground, so it's important to get this right. Exits are also important. First, indoors. Then, on the outdoor exit trainer. This is to give them some idea of the buffeting they'll get jumping from an aircraft. They must learn to hold themselves in a compact position so the slipstream can't catch a loose arm or leg and spin them around or somersault them through their rigging lines. The next thing to get used to is height. This little horror is the fan exit trainer, 30 feet above the ground. It seems more like 300 to Jack. And to think he volunteered for this. Oh, to be on terra firma. More firmer and less terror. But one good jump and it's all over. Go! Now it's time for nappy break. From now on, as the jumps get higher, the stories grow taller and taller. But there's always something new to cut you down to size again. This time, it's the tower. 60 feet up, or 60 feet down, whichever way you look at it. If you've ever wondered what a puppet on a string feels like, this is the way to find out. Jack never imagined he'd be so glad to hit the ground. But no sooner is he used to one piece of equipment than he's on to the next. This time it's a big step, from 60 feet to 800 feet. This will be Jack's first parachute descent. He'll fall 150 feet before his parachute opens. During that 150 feet, a normal man feels he dies at least 10 times. Then his parachute opens with a beautiful whoomph. He'll open his eyes, look around, and realize he's alive. He might even enjoy his flight for a few seconds before he starts worrying about landing. A clumsy landing. He should have kept his legs together, but he's down and in one piece, and that's the main thing. He doubles into report, feeling at least 10 feet tall. But he's soon back to his normal 5 foot 7 inches, or maybe a little bit shorter, as he draws a parachute for a big aircraft drop. Fitting parachutes is a job that is never hurried. When they're fitting comfortably and the reserve chute has been clipped on too, every man is inspected. Jack's quick release box might have released him quicker than he expected. Then they wait until they're called to board the aircraft. This is officially known as the standby room, but everyone calls it the sweat box.
All right, lads, get ready.
A fully loaded parachutist carries anything up to 100 pounds of parachutes and equipment. That's an awful lot when you're feeling weak at the knees anyway. "40 men climb into the body of the Beverly aircraft. Another 20 climb up into the boom. The engines are already warmed up and running, and no time is wasted before takeoff. This is a tactical discipline, and not because someone might change his mind. After takeoff, the RAF dispatchers space out the strops for each man. The pilot heads for the dropping zone. It's easy to guess what the Padre's doing, and he's not the only one. The navigator tells the pilot that they're approaching the dropping zone. The pilot warns the chief dispatcher, and the men get ready to jump. Each man clips the static line from his parachute to his strop, so that after he's left the aircraft, his parachute will open automatically. What if it doesn't? Well, they always do. But if anything should go wrong, he can pull his reserve.
10's okay.
He checks his own equipment and the man's in front. Then the stick of men is ready to jump. Red light. Stand in the door. Green light.
Go! 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 Go!
And out they go, one after the other. 2 parallel streams of men pouring out of the doors. 4 gone. 8, 12, 20. Their parachutes opening regular as clockwork. The strops and static lines with the bags from the parachutes flap in the slipstream just behind the aircraft. Out go the men from the boom. Down and away on the slipstream. A free ride on a roller coaster of wind. "60 men in the air at once, taking a 45-second shortcut from an aircraft to a landing field, or into battle." All arms of the service jump with the paratroops: Padres, doctors, engineers, artillery, all giving support of one kind or another to the gentlemen of the infantry. And here comes Jack, not last and not least, just one vital part of a parachute brigade. Thousands of young men like Jack do this for a hobby. The odd thing is, they seem to like it. Only when you've completed the parachute course are you entitled to wear parachute wings. And boy, have you earned them. When he passes out from Abingdon with his wings on his arm, Jack has every right to stick out his chest. From now on, he's entitled to say, "Parachuting is a piece of cake."